Thankfully, this Australian homeowner looked down at his toilet before taking a seat, because if he hadn't inspected the toilet bowl, then he wouldn't have noticed the face of a little intruder looking back up at him. Hello, wonderful people. I'm Gail Cruz from Wonderbot Animals, and here is... An Australian family were shocked when they found an unexpected intruder in their toilet bowl. This Australian family, who live in the suburb of Montrose, Melbourne, never expected to see a small squatter in their lavatory. In the early hours of the morning, though, the shocked homeowner decided to call Nigel's Animal Rescue and Pest Control for help. But even animal specialist Nigel Williamson didn't believe the story at first and asked for photographic evidence. Sure enough, though, the image proved that the creature was exactly what the man suspected it was. Having spoken to the caller several times, Williamson reportedly tried to encourage the family to retrieve the creature themselves. Since they were clearly reluctant to handle it, however, he eventually decided that it was best to send in reinforcements. Thankfully, Williamson's partner, Cody, was available to help. The veterinary nurse subsequently traveled for about an hour to reach the scene of the discovery. Her mission was to aid in the rescue of a scared possum trapped in a toilet. When Cody arrived, the possum was still in the toilet with the lid shut over her, a fact that later seemed to upset some Facebook commenters. Mary Lorraine Sylvester, for example, wrote, "Poor little thing, why close the lid after finding her? Giving the baby a towel would have helped it crawl out." Williamson defended the family, however. The person that found her was very nervous on how to handle the possum, he explained on Facebook. She had lots of fight in her, and still was trying to bite Ebony and was reluctant to be picked up. She was still feisty, which is what we want. Fortunately, the furry little fighter was soon rescued by Cody. The vet then quickly tended to the possum's health needs by drying the animal off. Next, she used her own body heat to warm the possum's temperature. She did this by keeping it tucked under her shirt during the journey home with the possum in tow. Back at Cody and Williamson's house, the baby brush-tail possum, believed to be roughly 3 or 4 months old, received more medical attention from Cody. During its overnight stay in their home, the pair reported that the animal was active and not showing any trauma from the ordeal. Williamson is still baffled about how the possum came to be trapped in the toilet, though. "In my 30 years rescuing 45,000 plus animals, never, ever have I seen a possum come up through a toilet system," he told the Herald-Sun. Williamson did nonetheless speculate on how the possum ended up in the family's bathroom. He got himself in trouble down the drain and must have swam up around the S-bend and couldn't get out, Williamson said. The little marsupial was understandably exhausted when they found him, having traveled through the plumbing and then ended up trapped. But its night with Williamson and Cody went well. In the morning, Cody took it to the vets for a full checkover, and the possum was given the all clear. As for the possum now, well, it's safe and sound at the Pascoe Vale Wildlife Shelter. The organization, which cares for injured and orphaned native Australian animals, will take care of the animal until it's ready to return to the wild. In fact, it's now rehabilitating with another brush-tail possum also housed at the sanctuary. And when they are both fit and healthy enough, they will return as a pair to their natural habitat in the wild where they belong. Those who have been following the possum's journey to recovery have been happy to see that Pascoe Vale Wildlife Shelter has provided updates following on from Williamson's Facebook post. Connor Veal, who works at the sanctuary, wrote, "This possum came into our care the other day, and I just found out about what happened. You'll be pleased to know the possum is safe and recovering." Ebony Cody also offered an update on the animal when she spoke to animal website The Dodo. "The possum is recovering well," she explained. "She has no illness or health complications from her ordeal." For the most up-to-date information on the possum, social media users can visit the Pascoe Vale Wildlife Shelter Facebook page. Having set it up due to the interest of the juvenile brush-tail possum, the page is currently dominated by the famous marsupial. The celebrity possum can be seen in the profile picture drinking from a small blue bottle. It is also the star of a short video update that shows the animal happily relaxing in a nest box at the shelter. Facebook users following the possum's plight and later rescue still can't believe how she survived in the toilet. Megan Scott voiced many people's astonishment when she wrote, "Hope the possum is okay. Poor little thing. Wonder how it even got in the plumbing." The story of how the animal became trapped in the plumbing in the first place remains a mystery. But the one thing that everyone seems to agree on is the animal's bravery. Tamara Eagleton wrote, "That's determination." And Nigel's Animal Rescue certainly agreed, replying, "Exactly right. Her fight instinct took over."